Aries, welcome. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. I hope you're all well wherever you are. We're in the middle of Storm Eunice here in the UK, so you may hear some wind noise in the background. So the wind is getting up to between 60 to 80 miles an hour, so quite stormy and raining as well. So hopefully any noise won't interfere with the reading too much for you. Okay, we have everything buttoned down, so we're reasonably safe, I think. All right, Aries, this is your reading for mid-February 2022. And it's a general reading, Aries, so please take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. It'll be for somebody else at this time. But let's see what your guides and the energies want to say to you at this time. So what's the important message for Aries, please? Right, first of all, we have number 7, and this talks about infinity, no limits, and perseverance. So, you know, don't allow things to hold you back. Persevere, you know. Don't put boundaries around yourself, Aries. This is the time for expansion and going forward, and writing new pages in your book, in your life story. Okay, and yes, number 52, because you have a sense of purpose now. You're going in a certain direction, that you've got objectives. You're taking the first step in this direction, in this new direction, and this probably a new adventure or a new venture. All right, Aries. So no limits. Remember, there's no limits now to what you can achieve, I feel. So let's see. We'll get into the tarot now. So what's the important message for Aries, please? For Aries to hear at this time and to consider. What's the important message for Aries, please? Alright, Aries, we have the heart of your reading, the root of the matter, past influences, what's on your mind at the moment, the future going forward, and something else that your guides want to say to you at this time. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priest. This is the Hierophant in ordinary tarot. And so this is the High Priest bringing down his authority, putting his rubber stamp on a situation. This is about something being the right thing for you at this time, and blessings being showered down for you. Okay, we've got the sun shining there. So the Hierophant, the High Priest, is bringing forward good fortune, I feel, and shining a light now on your situation and guiding you going forward. All right, so fabulous. Could we have some clarifying cards, please, for all of the cards on the table for Aries, mid-February 2022. Clarify all of the cards on the table, please. for Aries. And at the bottom of the deck we have judgment. So this is a judgment call now. It's a time of rebirth, Aries. It's a time to learn from the past, you know, what worked well in the past for you, what didn't work so well. So it's time to get rid of that cloak of insecurity where you've been hiding your light, if you like. And it's time now to let your light shine. And it's new opportunities now. An opportunity to reinvent yourself and perhaps to be who you have always been meant to be, Aries. So a judgment call, Judgment Day. So we've got Judgment and the High Priest here, right near to each other. It'll be interesting to see what the middle cards are once they're turned over. All right, let's have a look at the heart of your reading. We have the Three of Cups and we have the King of Cups. So this is celebration, pure and simple for you. Celebrating a sense of achievement, something achieved, something that brings in well-wishing from others. And we've got the King of Cups as a clarifier. This is something that is so fulfilling for your heart center. It's something that's going to make your heart sing, that makes your heart swell. It's something you're absolutely loving here. The King of Cups is very sensitive, very intuitive, very kind and caring energy. And I feel whatever this is you're celebrating, it's... Now, for some of you, this could be a King of Cups that's come into your life, a King of Cups energy. It's referring to a person, perhaps, that's come into your life, and there's great celebration here, lots to be happy about. But for others, it's very much about, you know, something that's very emotionally fulfilling. You know, that's going to help you tap into your King of Cups energy. And it's not gender specific, Aries. So, great celebration here at the heart of your reading. Now, at the root of this, we have the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So at the root of this, the Queen of Swords is very much, this is to do with thinking something through very clearly, very logically, and being strategic, not allowing emotions to get in the way, but cutting away that which no longer serves you. All right, so this is at the root of it, applying your Queen of Swords energy. But the clarifier is the Seven of Cups. So yes, and the Seven of Cups here, this is when there was lots of things on offer, but they weren't real. It was like a mirage, you know, and it was difficult to know, because we do have one thing here that seems to have a lot of more solid form. And so that's suggesting there was something in the past that was the real deal, but there was lots of other options that, so it clouded the picture for you. You weren't clear, you know, which was real and what wasn't, and that's why you had to apply logic and be pragmatic, to cut away those things, those areas that held no meaning for you, that weren't real. So that's at the root of whatever it was. There's clearly been a reason to celebrate. There must have been, for some of you, you've chosen the right thing here, Aries. So let's have a look what the past influences are. Yes, we have the King of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So in the past leading up to this current situation, the King of Pentacles, this could be an employer, but somebody in a high position to do with finances, work, career. And this is somebody that's been very instrumental to do with this situation in the past. It could also be just representing yourself, Aries. Perhaps, you know, working for yourself, running your own business, being in charge of your financial affairs in a very good, in a very positive way. But the clarifier, the Two of Pentacles, this is when you're doing juggling different things in the air, trying to make light of it. You can see the juggler entertaining the crowd here who admire his skills. And I feel this is something that's been happening around yourself, and it's to do with work in some way, or finances in some way. And you were juggling different aspects and trying to find your sense of balance. You know, I feel that the open hoop in the middle there, it's almost like there was something missing. You knew there was something missing, and you were trying to find what it was to get that sense of balance within you. And I feel it's definitely something to do with money, work, career in some way. So they're the past influences. And of course, you know, you had to apply strategy and logic to decide what to go for here. So let's have a look. What's on your mind at the moment, Aries? Well, the Two of Pentacles again, and we had the Two of Pentacles in the past here, and here it is again, here, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles, again, you know, juggling, trying to find that sense of balance, trying to find, trying to decide which way to go, which thing to choose, what to do. And we can see there's lots of storm clouds in the background there, and the ships seem to be struggling in the stormy waters. So there has been in the past, I feel, it's been quite difficult, it's been quite stormy time, perhaps to do with your work situation for some of you. But what you're thinking about now is, you know, achieving that balance now, perhaps having to make a choice between a couple of options. Yes, because the clarifier, the Knight of Pentacles, this is when something has been coming in slowly, but it comes to a standstill. For some reason, something that held promise and that it was on its way has come to a standstill, and that's made you go back to the drawing board almost, to start juggling again and to decide, you know, what to do, to make a decision. But things up in the air, things are up in the air at the moment, I feel, for some of you, because something's come to a bit of a standstill, a bit of a halt. So if we have a quick look at the cards across the top here, we can see the High Priest, who's bringing in his blessings and good fortune and shedding light, positive light on your situation. A very expansive energy. Connecting to the Two of Pentacles, where something's up in the air. So there's an acknowledgement by the universe, I feel, that about this situation, that something's up in the air. And it's to do with something that was coming in, being delivered to you, that's come to a standstill. That's why things are up in the air again for you. So although the Two of Pentacles had been in the past, you know, and there's cause for celebration, but now something's come to a standstill. So it's made things go up in the air again, I feel. And yes, it's at this time of judgment, making a decision now, making a decision to go forward in a new direction, to stand up to be counted now, and let your light shine, and not to dwell on the mistakes of the past when things appeared to happen in the past for you and then they came to a standstill. So I just feel that's what you're thinking about at the moment. It's not a past that you want to repeat. Because remember, right at the beginning we had, there are no limits, but you've got to persevere and go in the direction that you started out on, taking those first steps, Aries. Now, going forward, we have the Prince of Cups and we have the Four of Cups. Okay. The Prince of Cups, for me as a reader, this is an apology. I feel this is an apology. And the clarifier, the Four of Cups, yes, there's an apology. And this apology is bringing forward an opportunity. Somebody's sorry for something that's happened, that they've done perhaps, or they've said, an action, a deed, or a word. But somebody's apologising and bringing in an offer for you. And perhaps a new offer. But you're holding back, you're not sure. You don't know whether this is the real deal or not. You're not sure whether to accept the apology and accept what's being offered here. And remember, this reading is just for a few. It may not be for everybody. So take what resonates with you, Aries. Because at the heart of your reading, whatever it was you've been celebrating, it really opened your heart centre up. But if something's come to a standstill, then that's why things are up in the air, and that's perhaps whoever brought this thing to a standstill for you, and I do feel it's something to do with finances, work or career, then it could be that person that's now coming forward to offer an apology. But you're really not sure about this. So let's see what your guides would like to say to you, Aries. Well, we have the Two of Wands and the High Priestess. The Two of Wands this is very much about choosing a path, making a choice. There are going to be two paths, two directions, two opportunities, and it's a need to choose. And of course that's easier said than done, isn't it? Particularly if they're both offering something positive for you. And that's why the High Priestess has come forward. Because this is about you tapping into your intuition, Aries. Tapping into your intuition. What is it your instincts are telling you? What is it that you know you don't know, if that makes sense? Because the High Priestess holds secrets. And she has secrets around her, and that's why it's important for her to study the moon cycles here, to study the universal energies, but to tap into her intuition, to get to the bottom of it, whether it's with meditation, whatever, however you do that, Aries. But this is how you are going to finally make a decision of which option to choose, which direction to take. All right, so we've certainly got lots of we've got opportunity on the table here. I feel it's to do with work and career, finances. There's things that are up in the air, situation, and I feel there's a choice out of a few options, or probably two options here. You have been celebrating, but I feel Whatever was promised and was coming in has suddenly come to a standstill. But there's great blessings here for you from the universe to do with this situation. And there's giving you an opportunity to learn from the past, to shed your cloak of doubt and insecurity and shine your light. And it's a time of rebirth. And, you know, any situation where there's a rebirth is not always easy, it's not always straightforward. But it's so worth it in the end. But somebody's certainly coming forward offering an apology here. But you're not sure whether to accept it or not, or take it. But you certainly have options. You've got a choice to make, and you've got to tap into your intuition, Aries, whoever this is for, just to get to the bottom of it and to make a wise decision. Remember, we have got the Queen of Swords here on the table. Very, very wise, pragmatic energy. And that has served you well in the past and helped you to make good decisions in the past. All right, let's get 2 final messages for you then, Aries. I have 2 final messages for Aries, please, to conclude this reading. 2 final messages for Aries, please, to conclude this reading. Alright, Aries, well, finally we have joy and delight, so open your heart to joy. And I can see with the King of Cups here at the heart of your reading that this is something that you do open your heart to let joy come in and for your heart centre to expand. And we've got the beautiful sun shining its light on you here. Lovely, beautiful energy, joy and delight. And get ready for abundance. Infinite abundance. Get ready to catch it, Aries. Abundance is pouring into your life in many, many directions. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Aries. That's your reading for this mid-February time. Good luck going forward, and until next time, bye bye for now.